In this video, we're going to discuss the current bull cycle and trash XRP's price. A lot of people have been demanding me about it. I always receive the same questions: why is XRP underperforming? To which I always reply, it's not underperforming, it's just doing what XRP does, plain. It remains unchanged till the very end. When the cycle ends, everything will shred into pieces. I'm not stating we will see price movement. We really need to get above $1, more like that $1.50 zones, before it's time to make its move. Right now, we're sitting at 60 cents until the ball runs over until next year. Since we can confidently anticipate the 5 to 10x, which will give us a 5 to 10 on XRP, possibly even higher, we're going to, but before we do that, how about we start the video and make sure we have enough time? With a current value of $3,548,000, Bitcoin is currently down 21% over the last 24 hours on Ethereum. 1% of USDT and USDC arrive at their respective dollar prices. XRP, hey, guess what? It shifted somewhat. That's correct, 63 cents, it's up nearly 1%, driving the trend on this extremely red Saturday. We're going to refer to it as total cryptocurrency. $2 trillion, $673 billion in market capitalization. Yes, I agree with the market cap. As of right now, we're essentially back at the peak of the 2020 to 21 bull run, and that was all before the bear market broke. That suggests to me that this is going to be one of the wildest Bitcoin bull run crypto cycles you have ever witnessed, with extremely dramatic swings. This market, Bitcoin, has never collapsed. Before we'd completed it, it was at an all-time high. The total overall market capitalization of cryptocurrencies has never before broken that record, and we're essentially staying still at that point. Level rights do not come close to $2.70. It's critical because you will be able to breed them very soon. Ensure you own a single copy of every superhero before they sell out. More than 400 have been sold, I believe, and the villains are getting close to that number as well. You must lock in yours today, XRPs. We take credit and debit payments in any method you choose, and in the interim, guess what? I realize I'm sounding like a broken record. Get XRP back for every single month that you invest in creating this video. This is an intriguing offer. Stated that the fact that a Ukrainian development team developed Tether drew my attention. Interestingly, the country to which the FTX donations were being delivered wasn't Ukraine. We agreed to go work together, just the three of us and sort of the three of them, so I brought in a developer. A group of Ukrainians who created a Holy Wallet, or Holy Transaction, using plug-and-play technology. They were a development team that had moved to the Bay Area but had to return because things weren't working there. You see, I was starting a brand new business. It's interesting, huh? Every 30 to 60 to 90 days, the product comes out of my incubator, and so, there was a development team figuring out where to plug in. That's how he was manipulating FTX and making these curious payments to Ukraine, but here's the funny part, I'm not pulling it off. Upward, I've got it on my phone, it's on Reddit in the cryptocurrency feed discussing Sam Baker's former cellmate. He's with this man who's been in prison for armed robbery for 25 years, and this guy is whining that Sam won't stop talking about crypto. In fact, he asked to be added as a new cellmate but was turned down because he doesn't want to be with Sam and is tired of hearing about it. That seems amusing to me. People, please visit the Reddit topic about cryptocurrencies to read it. It's intriguing to talk about SPF, and I'm not making that stuff up. Speaking of the funds that were being sent to Ukraine and are already there, it makes you wonder what. Let me ask Mike Novak what was actually going on behind the scenes. Many thanks to this individual. I'm telling you, if you asked me to get the two he rode that pump, Novak Grat is a very, very shady actor in the space he was in. He was behind Luna. He participated in conference calls. This is not the man you wanted during the Dow hack. No good, everyone, and I discovered that you don't breach the law if you're a rich guy. I was thinking that I could buy it over the counter. I eventually called Vitalik, whom I met once but didn't really know. Hi there, I purchased Ethereum from Vitalik. I won't tell you how much you OTC from B at 96 cents. Yet, it's not a negligible sum. Yes, and I began purchasing more after that. OTC in the market, so I now have a substantial amount of Ether, let's say $150 worth, and I'm wondering what should be done about India. After 2 weeks, it was trading when I returned. Later, as it began to rise when it was trading at 5 or 6, I recognized that Joe no longer required my money. It is now March. Since you are aware that you shouldn't arbitrage, and he possessed a significant amount of Ether. Your friend and I were discussing how we could help. We have a lot in common. He has a lot more technical expertise than I do, but he's a wonderful speaker and leader, so I decided to just support him and stick to being a private investor. John West, a young man I recruited, was excellent and truly pretty well lived up to the agreement. So, I said, you can go live with those guys, and I was on the conference calls, and it was interesting to see everything from the top down, including the Dow hack. I simply have trading in my blood, so I would buy and sell. When it got to 20, I sold the lot and purchased it back at 8. I was listening to the old wise guy just think and trade. Did you hear that, Everything was said to you. From Novak, congratulations, it's crazy, but right now, in the middle of my video, I'm getting calls on Discord. Let me conclude now. Isn't that absolutely perfect timing? We proceed without incident. We did a good job of starting this. Another video exists. The reason the SEC targeted Ripple, and specifically XRP, stems from crypto legislation. Al, I was told this by someone. There were hundreds of other cryptocurrencies available not too long ago. If you ask me about all of his emails, there are thousands of other cryptocurrencies out there, so why did they choose XRP as the one to pursue plans inside plans? From the government, outlining the guidelines. We know that he was informed not to meet with Simpson Thatcher and that he should recuse himself from any matters about cryptocurrency. How you go from that to his 2018 speech is beyond me. Alright, so you begin with that and then ask, okay, were there any reminders along the route about the types of training that he had you review? What kind of guardrails were installed? Then what other items did he engage in any private activities? Speeches that are visible to everyone. What other appointments did he attend? Other if it was obvious that he didn't care about disobeying this instruction, right? You know what more exists that we are unaware of, so they and again in the same way, Hinman and Clayton are both members of the boards of advisors. For organizations that they were quite important to during their tenure at the SEC, and once more, these intimate connections some of this is really kind of you, which is, in my opinion, the epitome of crony capitalism. They act in ways that are advantageous to them. They gain even more from it when they go out. Naturally, it also helps friends. And other close friends as well. Yes, and so, you see a lot of that again in government, where individuals are sort of agency captured. Their actions are advantageous to friends, and you all attend the same conferences as those that you regulate, right? Well, that's all we want, but going above and beyond that to have a personal financial stake takes things from being merely unsightly and immoral to perhaps illegal. I'd be extremely appreciative if you could provide information about why the SEC especially targeted Ripple and XRP comes from that as well. It was pointed out to me recently. Given that there were other alternative cryptocurrencies available, why choose one? That's right, this is the one to pursue, and I believe it's a really fascinating subject. It doesn't make sense why those people chose that one. Why didn't they choose Cardano? Coinbase continues to offer these other cryptocurrencies despite their designation as securities, which is absurd given that they recently said that XRP might be a security measure. It's possible that they delisted it along with every other exchange, but they didn't delist any of the other available cryptocurrencies. They continue to trade and sell them. No longer makes sense. Does F please display this chart? We're going to start by looking at listening to this. Target, I'll take that $188. More like $150 is what I am. But that green box is where we are. Yes, that's correct. His range is most likely between a 110 and 355, and the medium targets are between 5 and 18. These two boxes will occur. How high will XRP go? Is the question. It will take off like a rocket. Consider all of the money that will be received is this. Adding another 3.5 to 4 trillion on top of all that money, we arrive at a total market cap of 6 to 7 trillion for the cryptocurrency industry. Is going to gradually switch from Bitcoin to XRP among all these other significant market caps. And everything will pump it simultaneously. And then that object starts to be seen by humans. They're going to try to jump in when they burst. Once we break through the all-time high from 2017 to 2018, it will simply continue. And we reach the price of discovery, which is unknown. Nobody has a magic chart that shows where this price is heading, so all we can do is line things up, overlay historical data, and try to predict where this thing is going. However, once we break the all-time high, there won't be any more information available. You will see that on charts, which is what we refer to as price discovery. This device is going to blow everyone away and go to the moon. I'm eager. It will happen soon. In less than a year, 2025 will prove to be a momentous year for holders of Oxygen XRP as we surpass the previous record high and potentially reach double digits.